comments because we had individuals from Mr. Crow that are very upset due to our fair demonstrations, and they feel that he wasn't done correctly. He wasn't, the tests weren't done properly. I don't know how much more properly you could get due to the fact that we displayed his screen in a fully lit environment. He was matched up against our screen, so I don't know how in the world they can say that, well, he wasn't done fairly. All right, first things first, my name is Kenneth Byrd. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We had to disable comments, and as for the individuals who posted that nonsense, keep in mind, I have attorneys involved in this. We have a case against Mr. Crow. That your name and all that has been forwarded. Even if you fake a fake handle, keep in mind you are connected to an IP address. Got to remember that. Anytime you come on here carrying on, you're connected to an IP address, which means you can be traced. So just want to give you a little heads up because there's lawyers involved, there's a case involved. I'm going to request for them to contact YouTube's legal department and to put a trace on your IP address, which means your information will be popping up shortly and will be at your front door. Well, they will be at your front door. And I will be following criminal charges. Also, we'll be contacting YouTube's legal department on that matter also. Yeah, so there you go. All right, so we're going to find out whether or not how far they come matching together. Right here, the bigger screen we have is the, let me see. We have Crow's Metallica mix. This is supposed to be the 2.0. I don't know how he's selling this when he used to get this away for free. So this is what we're going to find out right now. Let me see. Oh, you like my new set right here? Set the tape real nice. I destroyed this when I was actually making that. Gotta find my stand. Stand's always somewhere weird in the house. Now this is the Metallica Mix 2.0. And I know I've seen it in the video saying the same thing. It's a video that, I know he's not selling this. Let me see something for a minute. And by the way, my friend, at the end of the day, my Lord and Savior protects who I am. And over here, we're all military. So go ahead. I got that real Call of Duty for you. You want to play that game? Let me see what we got going over here. Now I wonder, I'm out of curiosity, got to see this for a minute. Isn't that a shame how people resort to getting that angry over a fair demonstration? Now, first, someone came in the room and they started complaining, but like, well, it's not fair, the sample sheet's too small. We had 2 large sample sheets already, despite the container coming in busted and leaking paint all over the place. Devil don't like to be outed. Can't stand it. He gets real angry. You don't like to be outed. And you got outed. That's all to it. You did something that you shouldn't have been doing, and you got outed for it. So let me see what we got going on here. We're going to come over here real quick. All right. We need to go over, come out of this. And I need to go over to, oh, look, I'm on my own page playing around. All right, hold on for a minute. Come out of here real quick. I need to go into my video list. That's what I need to go into. This video ain't the worst of your problems right now. The worst of your problems right now is tampering with the copyrighted logo. That's the worst of your problems right there. Because like I said, you're going to see my face. You're going to see my face and my lawyer's face. You're going to see us in court. I'm definitely bringing you to court. I'm not playing around with you on that one. You are coming to court. And I don't care if you gave me somebody else's address. They have a team of investigators. They will track you down. So you will be in court. And you can explain to that judge why in the world you started some nonsense about me being a scammer. They're going to ask for proof. You got to show some kind of proof. I got proof of you touching my copyrights on top of that alone. So you're going to have to deal with me, and you're going to have to deal with the U.S. government that involves with those patents. Keep in mind, I told you before, police don't show up at your door. That's FBI that shows up at your door. That's a whole different ball game right there when you start touching copyrights. You start doing that kind of nonsense. Now, your product's not copyright. I bet you if I go to gov.com and I punch in your name right now, your copyrights don't even pop up, but mine will. So they did the background check on all that. So let me see. Ooh, that was a blessed day right there. A blessed day right there. Let's go in. See if we can find that video. I got a funny feeling that video is saying Metallica 2.0. I got a strange feeling on that. Let me see. We got going here a lot of videos, people. There's your video right there. That's the video you breaking my copyright. That's the video right there you deleted from your account that you thought you got rid of. We got copies of that, and the attorneys got copies of that. That's what we're going to use against you in court. That's you on the video. You recorded yourself doing that. You explained to the judge that's not you. Try to tell him you got a twin. That's not going to work. Now, they're asking for on my end, I want $250,000. I know you ain't got it. That ain't the point. I want the lien. That's what I want. There we go. There's your other video right there that you thought you deleted. We got that one too. All your videos got dubbed that day. When we basically went in and filed for that paperwork, all your videos got dubbed. Now, as I told you before, you can give somebody else your own address. Apparently, you're doing business under the address. Doesn't make a difference. Black Diamond was able to track me down, and the only whereabouts they had about me was a sneaker store, and they were able to contact me. They got an investigator. That's how they found me. Sure enough, popped right up at my came and served those letters and everything. So this is what I want to look at right here in this video. Now, for those of you who want to get all high up under the collar, I'm going to show you something. This is his video. This is a video that he deleted off his account that shows the inside of his kitchen and the mix he has right there. Right there. There you go. So before you go around calling people scammers and cheating people and stealing from them, you need to do some more research on this fellow right here, which deleted this video that shows him clearly making this product in his home. Now, like I said, at that particular time when he was making this product, he was giving this away for free. But it matched the product that we did in our home perfectly. And now the screen we have downstairs, which is under this right here, this product right here, the 2.0, is matching the other screen downstairs. It's only off by a little slight difference. That's it. Right, you can't find the video. The video doesn't exist. We are the only ones who have it. And just in case, just to let you know, I have copies and copies of this one. Now, who could you possibly be mad at? Because that's you. Now, say if you made that product and say if we made it on our end and it didn't match anything close to your screen. All right, then that means you went in and you made something completely different that had nothing to do with your product whatsoever. But that product matched your personal mix to a T. That's the personal mix. So I go over here. There's the board I'm going to be painting on. Go right into the kitchen. And I made the product exactly the way you showed me how to make in the demonstration. We didn't make your product by ourselves. We learned it from you. You taught us how to make it. Now, because I didn't have a tablespoon, I had to use a teaspoon. So I went right back to the computer. I showed you the measurements on how many teaspoons it takes to equal a tablespoon. Did everything by the book. Black paint, white paint. Didn't make a difference. It was old stuff I had in my basement. Black and white paint, that's it. Go right back to my computer, and I'll show you right there where I had to use a teaspoon instead, and it wasn't. I had to make sure the measurements were correctly, and I don't want anybody thinking that I added more or less to it. So you have to do everything by the book. Before we go back to that screen, so I'm painting that in. Let me show you back here. Let's go back a little farther. All right. Now this is where I don't have a tablespoon, so I have to go back to my computer over here. And on the computer, I will show you the measurements that I'm putting in to equal the tablespoon. So that way you don't think I'm putting in any more or any less. Everything is done by the book. So it shows right there that I have to put in 3 teaspoons to equal a tablespoon, which means altogether would make it 6. I'll post the video below so you can watch it, because like I said, that's the one that basically is deleted. He doesn't have it anymore. Let me go over here a little farther up, paint the screen in. And let's go right over here. We set it up. Nope, let me go real quick. I need to charge real quick my battery. Give me a minute. I gotta go grab my charge. Somewhere. Ugh. Like I said, if you try to find a video, you're not going to find it. It's deleted. You don't want people only delete videos unless there's something embarrassing they want you to see, or basically they got something to hide. I had to put my charger back in. So there's me sizing the screen right there. I'm using my Christie projector, same one I'm using downstairs in the demonstration. And this is a demonstration he got mad over us, me, for doing, because we figured it out. So here's the thing. No one is supposed to, you could do dirty stuff like this, and no one's supposed to figure it out. And if they figure it out, they're the bad guys for figuring it out. You've been cheating people out of the products for a long time. And this is a product that you put a lot of hype behind, saying it could do all these different things. And at the end of the day, it was black and white paint. And you're mad at us because you got caught. Buddy, you don't know how deep the rabbit hole is going to go for you, man. I'm telling you right now, you're going to find out. Like I said, I'm not worried about having your address. I got someone's address that's not yours, but don't worry about it. When that paperwork gets there, it's going to freak them out. They're going to contact you. Trust me. And I would suggest, like I said, get yourself an attorney. You're going to need one. Because after the identity theft on Instagram, I'm pushing for my attorneys to give you a little jail time for identity theft. You used my logo twice without my permission. That page was already reported. So like I said, I do plan to make sure we put a little pressure on YouTube by filing a class action lawsuit against them for letting them use their platform to slander my company And if they don't do what we ask, which would be to terminate your account permanently for life, then we will sue them along with any other platform. And you can't, before a judge, what are you going to say? That's not me on the video at all, period. You recorded yourself. You self-snitched on yourself. It's going to be hard to kind of convince a judge that's not you. And keep in mind, I do have one with me narrating, and I have one with me with your voice recording. Should have been honest with your customers to begin with. So I react to the Starfield demonstration. Same thing. Same reaction. That is the whatchamacallit, that is your whatchamacallit, your personal mix right there. That's your personal mix. Right there, laying against the screen. And I'll put the video in so you can see it for yourself. And I'll watch it yourself. See right there? Right there in the middle of the screen. That's his personal mix. That's the one we have downstairs. That's your personal mix displayed on a Starfield demonstration. Reacted the exact same way. And you're mad at me. Why? Because you got caught. That's why you're mad. Because you got caught. You got caught doing something you shouldn't have been doing. Here's me going to my kitchen drawer. These are all the sheets of sample sheets that I have a test on. And there is your product right there. Same one I used in the demonstration over here. You're lucky your customers don't sue you. You're lucky they don't sue you for scamming them. Because they just bought black and white paint. That's what they purchased for $107. That's what they paid for. So you're lucky they don't file a lawsuit against you for it. That's why you deleted the video. That's why nobody can find it. This is why tests are very important. Tests are very, very important. Because if I go to court and they say, well, I'm going to court, and they say, well, Mr. Byrd, what kind of test did you run after your product? I know that's different from his. Here you go, Your Honor. These are all the tests that we run under our product. Here you go. Bum, 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 bum. I can back it up. I can back up anything I say my screen paint does. As long as it's within those tests, I can back it up. It says right here, you can use your screen paint on 1,000 lumens. Yep, we got one here inside the house, and we got another one outside the house. It's right there. Let's go right here. A little bit more. Size in the screen. Now, as I said before, that I don't have any more of this personal mix. We don't have any more that's going. We don't have any more of that. And with it, this product matching his personal mix perfectly with no problem whatsoever, I could easily go in and make a gallon of this stuff for myself and say, hey, look, this is his personal mix, blah, 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 blah. No, I already said on camera that we can't make any more of it because we don't have it. Even though what we have here matched perfectly to his screen paint, we can't make it because it's not what he has on his site. You understand what I'm saying here? Where I'm saying that because it did match his product, and we feel it's the same thing, it's pretty much the same thing. But under respect, we can't basically say that this is his personal mix when it's not, because it's something that matches his that was for free. We would have to buy it and then do the demonstration. That's why. But he doesn't understand how to be fair and honest. Over there making black mixtures and saying it's ours. And he's mad right now because he got outed. And that's what he's angry about. So there, right there is your screen. I put right there. Laying against the screen. That is the free mix we made right there off your YouTube video you showed us how to make. And that's the personal mix I paid $107 for. We have unboxings on all his screen paints also too. Every time I bought a screen paint like I do here, same thing, unboxing. See, told you, match perfectly, no problem. I'll let y'all continue watching that. My phone is plugged in and we're good to go. All right, yeah, we're good. And you can watch the demonstration right from there. So if you paid $107 for that product, you basically could have made it with black and white paint. That's why when I bought this, well, I was looking at the screen, I was like, wait a minute, this looks too close to the other one, to the personal mix. I'm like, it can't be. Go downstairs, do the side by side, and sure enough, only off by one slight little shade. It's because it's a little bit darker. And I'm thinking like, I know how it's made. I can look at it and tell I know how it's made. What, like I said, what he should have did if he was professional and he carried himself in a respectful way, what he should have did when the video got out, he should have apologized. He should have went with his customers and apologized. Because in our way, we didn't come at him saying, oh yeah, we found you busted, blah, blah, blah. I did call him a scammer because yeah, you did scam, man. You scammed. You sold a product and you hyped it up to believe something that it wasn't. And you turned around and it was black and white paint. That's the equivalence of me selling you a wagon, climbing over your gate, stealing your wagon, painting it a different color, and selling it to the neighbor next door. And you got caught on that. And you should have went out and you should have apologized to your fans and said, hey, look, I apologize, you know, so and so and so, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Next time when I do demonstrations, you know, to build your trust back, I'm just going to go in and just start doing my demonstrations next to this free mix that I had back in the day that I used to give away for free to show you that they have nothing in common. That's what you should have did. But at the end of the day, this isn't my problem. This is your problem. Because like I said, we don't get anything from this. You have to understand, my company doesn't grow bigger because of you. It doesn't. My company doesn't get more orders because of you. My company doesn't get credibility because of you. I get credibility for my work and the time and the effort that I put into it. That's what I get out of my company. They're getting up early in the morning, working with the Lord, bringing out new product for my customers. That's what I get out of that. Going against the big boy screens, showing that my technology compete with them. That's what I get out. That's what boosts my company at the end of the day. You don't boost my company. You add nothing to it at all, period at all. The only thing you are is just a headache from time to time. And I got to come out here and do these demonstrations to show you to stay in your lane and mind your business. You are in no way, in any form, anything like what I do. Stick to your customer base, sell your products to your customers, and mind your business. That's what you need to do. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Don't worry about what I'm designing. Don't worry about what I'm making. At the end of the day, I deal with a different class of customers. At the end of the day, I deal with the companies that I'm dealing with. I'm doing these big projects I'm working on. It has nothing to do with you. The problem is that it's that jealousy. You can't stand to see somebody do better than you. And if you took the time to work on your product and stop worrying about other people, maybe you would be in that category instead of worrying about what other people are doing. Except for this time, you did something stupid, like touch my copyright. And this time, I'm going to make sure that I drop a hammer on you for good. Now, you need to go back and you need to basically work harder with your customers. That's what you need to do. Apparently, you have people who buy your product, so you need to work with them. You know why he's not calling me or carrying on anymore? Because you know all that's potential evidence. You know why he changed his address to somebody else's and now he's selling paint through them now using their address? Because he's terrified my lawyers and that letter coming to his front door. He's terrified. You know why he deleted the video? He's terrified. He deleted the both videos on basically showing him trying to make our product. They're not even there anymore. He got rid of them. He's covering as much of his tracks as he possibly can. It's not going to help you, my man. It's not going to help you. Match perfectly. So right there, demonstrations I have to do every day. I have to test my new screens against white screens constantly all the time. Constantly testing against everything I can get my hands on. Testing. It's not to prove it to you or anybody else. It's to prove it to basically that the big companies are the ones that are going to basically sit there and frown upon my technology. Oh, it's not this, it's not that, so on, so on, so on. I got letters from big companies basically who tried to sue me. I got letters from companies that don't want to see me exist anymore. So trust me, I'm not doing anything. This is not for you. What I do and what I do on my end is not to compete with you. You're not competition. That's what I need you to understand. It's not to be rude or disrespectful, but you are not competition. I keep explaining this to you. You see this right here? You see this screen right here producing that image outside? That's the work that I do. That's the difference between me and you. This is how my work works. See this? That's a silver screen outside. See that? That's the difference between me and you. I don't hide in dark corners and all that other nonsense. We play outside. And for some reason, you keep thinking you're in my category. I haven't even taken you outside yet. You're whining and crying about the test we're doing in here. You're not even outside yet. See how crisp and clean that is from corner to corner to corner. You hate the fact that I can sit here and say God gives me my design. He does. How would you explain that technology was designed in 20 minutes? It took 20 minutes to make that technology. 20 minutes. All demonstrations were done live. You got big companies out here that can't even do that. And they have screens out there they've been working on for 4 and 5 years and they can't do that. And that's on a 1,000 lumen projector. No 4K. Now, if a big company was going to do it, they're going to go out and get like 6,000, 7,000 lumen projector. They're going to get a monster of a projector to do that demonstration. Like, look, our images pull up outside, look absolutely amazing. Big deal. You got 6,500 lumens at 13 feet. How many lumens you would still have by the time you make contact with that screen at 65? That's a lot of lumens to hit the screen. That's not much of a sacrifice. 1,000 lumens, that's a problem at 13 feet. You done already lost a good 200 before the projector even turned. When the projector turns on, you lost 200 from the door. Corner to corner, corner to corner. 20 minutes burgundy paint. Design. I dried that screen right. Look at that. This craziness, man. Look at this. These screens right here, all three of them were designed within the same day. These are the exotics. All screens designed in but 20 minutes apiece. All of them designed. That screen's red. Look at the white level on it for a red screen. 20 minutes design. Passed all tests on the same day. Beat the 3 screen certification. Beat 11 screen certification from the door. 20 minutes being processed and made. Green technology. Right there. All roll-on paint dry demonstrations done right directly on camera. Those demonstrations were never for you. Those demonstrations are pointed toward the big companies to let them know that, look, I know it takes you time to design your screens, but I can do that through my Lord and Savior in 20 minutes. When it takes y'all years to develop technology, 20 minutes. And not only 20 minutes, but 20 minutes dry paint and 3 screens. So I can take your best projection screens that you have to offer, and I can dominate them on that screen and changing colors on that screen. Produce better reds, greens, blues, yellows in 20 minutes. Those demonstrations are not done for you, they're done for them. God gave me 12 of those. And I'm going to get 30. As soon as I get the time to get back into them, I'll start developing them again. Because I want 30 of them. And I gave you permission to make those. I don't know where you keep getting this you stack up against us. I don't know where that's coming from. The caramel. LT caramel. That was a nice one too. I got another 40 downstairs on the shelf. I call them the unknowns. They've never been tested. They're just there. So I don't have time to think about what you do and what you make because I don't care. I got projects that I'm working on. I'm still working on this engineer game that we have to get done before, we're going to get it done in time, but we have it at 50%. And this is that sun killer technology we're working on. And then that's going to have to be somehow embedded into the color coding technology and see if those marry well. And then we have to see exactly what kind of surfaces we can blast this stuff to and see if that's going to work. So it's a whole lot of testing we have to do, which means I have to go online. I have to order all kinds of surfaces to blast this stuff over and over again and again to see what it marries to. And then whatever we blast with this stuff, then we got to take it outside and we got to freeze it and we got to keep it wet and whatever we got to do, whatever we got to do to it to make sure the screen's going to hold up. Because the last thing I want is for somebody to pay the money for a screen, take it outside and it crack on them. So all these tests have to be done. But it'd be easier if we could just do a demonstration where we just come in and just basically just go, voila, screen is done. We just do a demonstration in the dark. We're finished. That's the end of it. Oh, by the way, that's a unicorn. That's the screen that you say the child gave you that name. No, actually, my Lord and Savior gave me that name for it. Let me show you what a unicorn can do. That screen's actually pink. And that screen beat 11 screens certified from the door. Unicorn. You know why I gave it such a weird, crazy name? Because I told you that when I get a chance to go, and look how much light we use in the environment compared. Y'all don't sit in the dark. Our screens are fully lit environments. That's a pink projection screen right there doing that. I even got some of it splashed over on the wall with the projector to show that the wall doesn't even match that screen. What are we running this thing on? I forgot what's running this bad boy on. But yet, we called it the unicorn because we knew people were going to make fun of the name. Come on, I'm ahead of you guys, but so far it's not even funny. Why do you think we gave it the name unicorn? So bottom line, you guys can snicker and laugh about it, and we can take this screen to a demonstration and just blow whatever you have out of the water on a unicorn screen, a pink screen at that. The screen was designed to embarrass you. So imagine you got some big bad company comes up and we blow the screen out with a pink screen or a purple screen. There you go. Look at that. Check out that pink projection screen. Unicorn. Look at the colors on it, how beautiful that looks. And that screen's pink. Yeah, it got that name on purpose. I designed it. We had that name on purpose because it's designed for you to make fun of. So when we turn on that projector and that thing lights up, it's designed to embarrass you. That's kind of like being one of the top of gamers in Call of Duty, and your character is a Barbie doll wearing a pink dress. That's humiliating to get beat by someone that looks like that. But yeah. This is the one I want to take over when we do the shows. I'm definitely going to bring me a pink screen when I do the shows. We go to the shows. If I'm blessed to get into one of these shows, I'm gonna design me an upgrade version of the unicorn, and it's going to be kind of like a hot pink. I'm gonna do like a hot pink. That's what I want, because I want something that's going to stand out. If you go into a show and they're doing all these high-end projection screens in there, and you see a hot pink screen standing there, you're gonna go over to it. You're gonna be curious, why in the world is this screen pink? It's going to raise curiosity, and that's what we want. See, that's what I'm saying. You don't know how to, when people make comments like that, it's a shame because you're stuck inside of a box. You can't think outside the box. You have no form of strategy whatsoever. So you go to a convention, everybody has gray and dark gray screens. They're a dime a dozen. They're all over the place. Nothing new. Same thing. It's like going to a car show and every car in there is a Honda. Until you see one car is a Lambo. If you go to a car show and all the cars in there are Hondas, and there's one car in there that's a Lamborghini, what car are you going to go see? You're going to go see the Lamborghini. There you go. So if I design me a screen that has a sun killer technology embedded into it in color coding, which means we can change the color of the screen, and I make the screen a hot pink and stick it in the middle of one of those convention shows, what do you think the crowd's going to draw to? The pink screen. And they're going to look at the old outdated projector that I'm using, and they're going to chuckle and laugh and make fun and point fingers until I fire that thing up. And then, the jaw is going to drop. And that's all they're going to talk about is that pink screen and that outdated projector and how amazing that image looked in that fully lit environment. I'm going to keep the environment first dim like theirs. You got to play. It's all a strategy game. So keep it nice and dim like theirs, and then hit them switches and light that whole area up, because that screen is designed to suck in it. It can take a direct hit from the sun. I can have stadium lights underneath that thing, and it still would absorb and still produce an image, because it can take a direct hit from the sun. That's all they're going to talk about. That pink screen, that outdated projector, how much light was in the environment, and how amazing the picture looks. And guess what, people? That means I get on the map. See, God always has a master plan on how things should be done. Now, if I went there with an everyday gray screen, I'd just be one of the masses, just like everybody else. If I went there with a high-end 8K projector and a dark gray screen, I'm just like everybody else in that environment. Nobody else is going to see me any different from anybody else over there. Big companies are not going to recognize me at all, period. But if I go in there with a pink screen, even a red screen, even a green screen, even a blue screen. Yeah, there you go. Now you got the picture of it all. And then the big companies couldn't compete with it. Because the first thing I would say, and this would be the crusher, how much? The screens would cost the customers $5,000 for a 100-inch. Cost my customers for a 100-inch probably about $300. They couldn't compete with the pricing because if they dropped their price down to that low, they would lose too much money. Their companies would go bankrupt. So they can't compete with the price. They can't compete with the technology. See? Bigger picture. So no, we're not thinking about the little crows and, sorry not to say little crows, but that's disrespectful. We're not thinking about Crow or anybody else because they're in the pond. We're actually swimming in the ocean. We got things planned, things already set up, things getting ready for something else we're working on. As I told you before, that technology that we're working on, that coding that we have that will allow us to convert anything we want to a projection screen. So we can make screens out of recycled materials, anything we want, because we have the coding. We control what we make. Where they have to spend all this money for this expensive fabric that pretty much is going to cost the customers a whole lot of money and put them into a whole lot of restrictions. See? The big picture. So go ahead, laugh at my screens, joke with them. But like at the end of the day, I can walk through my house with all my lights on. Naysayers, you can't. I can do demonstrations on levels that your screens can do, but you can't do it on mine. And with that sun killer technology we're developing, soon I'll have a screen that I can sit up there at 12 o'clock in the afternoon in the middle of a parking lot and I can watch a football game when you can't. Also, too, it produces a bone white level too, even though the screen is pink. Outstanding. Pink, 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 pink. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And what color was that screen again? That screen was pink. And what is it called? The unicorn. I sat there and said on camera, so I'm gonna get me a screen. We're gonna name it Unicorn. We got to do another unicorn screen. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm going to be doing me another color. I haven't decided yet. God's telling me he's got something for me. I would love to have a burnt orange. I really would like to have a burnt orange. And we got that gamer paint in the back. That stuff is like a greenish kind of color, but I want a burnt orange. Oh, burnt orange would be a beautiful screen. Oh my goodness. Yeah, or like a Lamborghini yellow. That'd be nice. I'd love to have a Lamborghini yellow screen, but it depends on what he blesses us to be able to have at the end of the day. We don't need to do, well, actually, we do have a few more test demonstrations we have to do. I think we ran by everything else we have over here. You can pretty much think of. Only thing I can think of next, 1,000 lumens at 22 feet. Starfield demonstration, but it's not going to pull that. If it couldn't pull it on 5,000 or 43, it's not going to pull it on that. So that's like beating a dead horse to death right there. So that's pointless right there to do that all together. You see how the difference between me and you is the fact that I don't do things to, if I wanted to do things to literally embarrass your screen, I could do that easily. I don't do that. I'm thinking of tests that we can run, but pretty much the big boy projectors, you had a problem running on those. 1,000 lumens is not gonna help you out any better. It's just not. I've never seen a screen basically produce better on a 5,000. On a 5,000, do worse, and then do better on a screen that's less. So the 17s we already did it on that. Unless we come up with something new, but no, I can't think of anything else. Look at that. Look at that white level for a pink screen. That's the video you deleted. That's one my lawyers have a copy of. We have a copy of it. That's the video of you tampering with my logo. See a little logo right there? It's a copyright attached to that. You can't touch that. It's against the rules. You thought that video was deleted. No, we got it. We got copies of it. The mistake he made here in this video, and I'll tell you why. In the video, he says that the product's discontinued. So he thought he could go down and take the product to Home Depot or Lowe's because it's discontinued. What you didn't realize that the logo sitting on the can has a copyright attached to it. Like right there. There's a copyright attached to that. That's the part you didn't realize. And just for those of you who can understand this, in case you want to do something this dumb, naysayers, you see how he took the paint and he covered over the logo here, here, and here? As long as the whole entire logo has to be covered, this is how this works. It all has to be covered. All right? All that has to be covered. Because if any little piece of this is showing anywhere and it matches anywhere close to my logo, that's a lawsuit right there. And I explain to people that when you watch shows like, you watch somebody like David Chappelle or somebody may come on, they have a little raunchy humor, and maybe they might be wearing a Nike shirt or something. If you notice the shirt is blurred, it's blocked out. It's because the company might have contacted and say, hey, look, we don't want you displaying our product while you're having this little, session on TV. I mean, I don't care if you're walking out in the street with it, whatever. But when you're being broadcasted, so all these people can see you and you're wearing a logo while you're carrying on like this, no, you got to blur that out. That's why when you watch TV shows and cups or sneakers are blurred out because they don't have permission to have it while it's being broadcast. So he was broadcasting this while he was doing this. And he was flashing our logo at the same time. And what he didn't realize is, and he did realize because we sent him paperwork. We sent him paperwork of the copyright, and we explained to him that that's a registered copyright. But he went right ahead and did the video anyway. There you are, right in front of Home Depot. And it's not just the copyright. There is so many slews of charges coming at you. It's not even funny. One of them actually is counterfeiting. Because you took a product down to a Home Depot showing you clearly how to make it. See right there? That little piece of information popped up under my name? That's my registered copyright right there by the U.S. government. No copyright sitting right there? Yep, that's what you violated, buddy. That's what's got you sitting up in court, and that's gonna have you sitting in court. You're gonna pay big time. Sorry. But you're gonna pay big time. The fines are hefty, serious hefty fines. They don't care if you don't got 150,000, 20,000, a million. They don't care about that. They don't care. They'll garnish your income tax check, gone. Auction off your stuff in your home, gone. If you own their house, they'll take that too. Sheriff's Department can show up at your front door and I can request to have your stuff taken from you. And slap you, you get a lien on you. You'll never be able to buy a house, no credit card, nothing. You'll have this heavy lien with interest stacking up on you. Look, clearly shows you at Home Depot trying to make the product. You incriminated yourself. You sat right there and you said it. We got another recording of you actually talking. You said your name as you did the video. This is a video that we're going to hit YouTube with. We're going to file a lawsuit against them for allowing them to let them use their platform to slander our company under a copyright that we had registered, unless they removed you permanently for good off the channel. See? And he removed the video. Doesn't make a difference. That's why the lawyer said go in it and copy the freaking video. And I'm glad I did. And we have copies of this already backed up. They have copies. There's a read. See right there? That's how you check your records. If you ever file for anything, any copyright, you punch it right in that little database right there. Go over to your search. Let me see. See what pops up when I type in my name? There's my registration number right there. Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Title, Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Electronic filing right there. Date of birth 68, my old address right there. Yep. It's registered with the U.S. government. FBI gets involved in it, buddy boy. Yep. And here I got a video of you on YouTube of you going down to Home Depot with my product, flashing my logo without my permission that I never gave you, slandering my work. These are all the research I'm doing to people that got sued over copyrights. What's the minimum punishment for tampering with someone's copyrights? How much time you can get in jail for touching my copyrights? Penalties and fees that have to be paid to the court. You got to pay to the court too. You're not going to win that case. It's you on it. It's you. It's you on the recording. You self-snitched on yourself. Let me see what we got going on here. Let's go with, I'm going to go with cases. Let's go with fines. Let's go with fines. And you know how long a copyright lasts? A copyright will last around 75 years. Not only 75 years, after I pass away, it lasts for an additional, a copyright will last to the length of the artist. So the artist, while he's still alive, the copyright is still alive. After he dies, it lasts for 70 years. There you go, buddy boy. So we can go anywhere from a range from $200 to $150,000. Judging by what you just did on recording, they're going to go for $150,000. That's what you're going to be sued with. And also to have the email that I did send to you telling you not to do this. Way back, I explained to you not to do this. And here's the interesting about it. The video when he posted and he did it was done in 2017. We filed for our copyright in 2016, which means you did it right after knowing that copyright existed. Can you go to jail for filing something? Yes, you can. 5 years. 5 years for fines up to $250,000. Imprisonment. I told you this is not a joke. This is darn freaking serious. And I have you record it. It's different if you did something behind my back and I never saw it, and I found out about it, somebody told me about it. There's no real hardcore evidence there, but I have a recording of you doing this. And then we had the Instagram account. The minute we found the Instagram account, that was forwarded to an attorney. So now they want to file for identity theft for using my name. We have basically copied where you were having a screenshot where you were talking to people posing as me. So now you're talking about that's a slew of charges right there. And one of them is identity theft. So we're talking about per recording. Let me see. Let's see. How many times did you use my copyright without my permission? If you use my copyright 8 or 9 times, and that's going to be a lot of money you're going to have to pay to me at the end of the day. And like I said, I could have done this a long time ago, but I let it go because I didn't want your family members to go through that nonsense. And apparently you don't care much about them to be doing this dumb nonsense. Read that very carefully. With my permission. You didn't have my permission to do that. I never gave you my permission. You need to read through all this right here. And that's not the half of it. I'm going to file another lawsuit against you for slander my company for the fact that you went out and called me a scammer. I was this, I was that. I was stealing from people. I was scamming people. The fact that you were doing those fake demonstrations with that black mixture paint. And keep in mind, for anyone who's ever sent me a message on here, carrying on with any kind of stupid information, your information was basically copied, which means it was recording. I know people pop up. You were recorded while you were doing this. So your IP address will be traced. You're going to be part of this whole entire thing also. That's why I advise people not to come in here and say dumb stuff out of your mouth, because you think because you're hidden behind a different account on YouTube, you have an IP address, buddy boy, which means you can be tracked. Just like your cell phones here, they have IP addresses attached to them. And in order for you to obtain an IP address, you're going to have social security number, address, the whole 9 yards, how you're paying for it, everything. This is a digital age. You know, you can be traced. You can be tracked down. It's a digital age. You do dumb stuff, you win dumb prizes. You ever heard that term before? Yeah. So all those times that you were typing in all that dumb nonsense, they were building a case showing that the rumor that you started was live, which means it became real by the different messages that we were receiving. All that's used as evidence against you. Your fans are hurting you. At the end of the day, they're not going to be there to pay up them court costs and whatever you got to pay for. You're going to have to get yourself a really good attorney, because I don't know. I don't think any attorney is going to take your case, man. You're on tape doing it. It's just all to it. You're on tape. That's the equivalent of me recording myself with a GoPro, walking into a bank and basically shooting a bunch of people and robbing them and saying, hey, that wasn't me. I didn't do that. You just incriminated yourself on so many levels with that. I don't know where to go with you on that one. I don't, to tell you the truth. But you do have to learn a lesson. Let's come out of here real quick, out of this one real quick. Let's type in. So right here, when I type in your name, Crow's Screen Paint, when I type in any of your screen paints, no results. You don't have a copyright. Under your logo, under your name, nothing. There's nothing underneath you. I had somebody do the background check and the search on you. There's nothing at all. Not a thing. You have nothing on here that shows that this has any form of copyright on it whatsoever. Nothing. But I do. I have it registered right there with the U.S. government. All right. I'm going to finish up here because this is to educate him on what's going to happen to him soon. And as I said before, that whole address thing, if you're using somebody's address, that don't mean a world of good. That's not going to help you out at all, period. It's not. It's not going to help you out. I feel sorry for you. I really do. I really don't. I'm gonna tell you something. At the end of the day, if they decide to auction off your stuff, everything you have, I'm giving it away to charity. I don't want it. I don't want one dime from the case. Nothing. I'm giving everything to charity. I just want you to learn a lesson at the end of the day to leave people alone. That's all. And I gave you a chance. I sat there and said right there on camera, I said, if you mind your own business, I would turn the other cheek and I wouldn't bother with you at all. We'll let this go. I'll give you a second chance. What do? You make an Instagram account behind my back and pose as me. When I extended an olive branch to help you out, this is what you do. So you brought this on yourself. This is your own stupidity you brought upon yourself, man. And like the lawyer said at the end of the day, you know, why should you care about his family? Apparently he don't. Ain't nothing more to say, people. Ain't nothing more to say. I've never seen anybody do such dumb stuff in my entire life. I really have never seen anybody do such dumb stuff in my entire life. I've been in business for a long time. And I've seen all kinds of crazy stuff. I've never seen anybody do anything this stupid. Like, you recorded yourself doing it. I still can't get it. My lawyers were laughing their heads off. It is the most easiest case to win. It's just no... Really, seriously. I'm over here doing the Jackie Chan when he puts his hands up in the air like... Wow. You know how he messed up? You want to know how he messed up? How all this triggered off to him now getting sued? And he got, when I was going to basically walk away from this and give him a second chance? I'm going to tell you this one. All right, so there's a particular fellow on YouTube. Has nothing to do with him or me. Well, he does have something to do with both of us. For some reason, he went into some freaking rant about Crow. He don't like him too much and whatever. I don't know. That's between him and that Lux screen. Whatever went on with that. He said he did the video incorrect. And he was mad at him about it and whatever that was going on. All right. So later on, this guy comes on and he attacks me. He says, oh, well, Supreme and Crow, their screen paints aren't worth buying. You could do the same thing with this PPJ screen paint. You could do the same thing with their paint. And I'm like, no, man, you're wrong because our product it's not the same thing as our product. And I guess this fellow didn't do a lot of research because I do black screens and different color screens and gray screens. So I don't know what the freak he was getting out of that one. But anyway, he did this video and he said, look, don't buy their product. It's not worth it. He came after me and Crow on this. And I don't know how Crow was going to handle his business, but I know how it's going to handle mine. I went out and I purchased this paint called Modern Master. I think that's what it's called. It's actually a better version and a more upgrade version of the PPJ, and did the demonstration live. I did the demonstration on the green screen, and I did the demonstration, I think, on the green screen only. That's what the demonstration. I did the color change and all that, and explained to the fellow, look, that's not it doesn't match our product. It doesn't fit in our category. So, you know, you messed up, whatever, blah. Then I went out and I bought the Surface Sheet, which is a Lux, which your company spells it Luxini. I say it wrong all the time. I do apologize. And I did that demonstration, proving that no, the paint doesn't match us and the screen doesn't match us. So I'm backing up what my technology can do. This joker comes on his channel and goes, oh, this green leprechaun paint and pink unicorn paint, blah, 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 blah. And he shows the picture of the Modern Master. What the freak is wrong with you? Like, seriously? Like, are you kidding me? So let me get this straight. You attacked me because I defended my company on a fellow who made a comment, a nasty comment about you and me, and you come after me instead of coming after him. Instead of taking your product and going, look, my product has nothing to do with this particular individual. I don't know where he's getting his idea from, but this is my demonstration versus what he said. That's what you should have did, but you didn't do that. And because you came after me, that's what broke the agreement. And I came and filed the lawsuit. Is in the process of filing the lawsuit against you. That's what did it. And I'm sitting there on camera, like puzzled, like, why in the world would you come after me? Unless that's in your, unless the only way I can think of, unless you have that stuff in your product. And I didn't mention your name. I sat there when the video started. I said, look, in no way in this video does this have anything to do with him. This is between an individual, for some reason, came after me and both of us, and I'm just defending my side. However way he handles it, his business. And that's what I did. And that was the end of it. But for some reason, he came after me and he attacked me for no reason at all. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Apparently, you're not buddies with this guy because this guy can't stand you. And in one of his videos, he calls you a liar and a cheater, and you shouldn't trust him. Shouldn't trust you. So I don't know what went on with that. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. So like I said, he broke that agreement, and because he broke that agreement, we're going to sue him. And that's the end of it. And meanwhile, for your naysayers, you can, if you want, you can do this demonstration right here. This is actually one of the demonstrations we did outside on an 8. Outside. So when I tell you that when we do demonstrations that other people don't do. Outside. No walls, no ceilings, nothing. Yeah, I don't get that one. Don't get that one at all. But like I said, my thing was, here's a fellow right here. No, that's not him. That's whatchamacallit. That's Partey. That's another job right there. We'll come after him later. I got plans for that one. We copied all his videos. All he does is slander my work. So yeah, we definitely got something for him, waiting for him. You see this right here? See, you guys were talking about black technology. We have already advanced on the technology you guys are trying to work on. We way advanced beyond. This is technology that was developed back in 2017, right there. You remember when OLED came out with them thin screens, that TV screens? Well, yeah, somebody bought the rights to this technology, and we actually were the ones that designed this. We got stuff back here that we've been working on for years, and you guys don't even know. Look at this. It's a flexible screen that we were working on. Did we ever get a chance to finish it? No. Somebody bought the rights to it. In 2017, we've had that technology. Way before LG came up with the little thin screen, we had the technology already. It's all being used on a 2000 lumen 720p NEC projector. Interesting. And you thought we only designed black screens only. How dare you? Yeah, craziness, man. Crazy. Yep. That's what I don't understand. I'm like, is he mad at you? Come after me because we found out what was in his product by accident? Or I don't know. That was just the weirdest thing ever. I don't know. I could never understand that one. Let me see. So, like I said, the fellow, I haven't had any more problems out of him after we did the demonstration. Just didn't. Yeah, this is the fellow right here. So that's what I don't understand. Why in the world would he come after me like that to begin with when we were just defending ourselves against this particular individual who made this comment? And this is supposed to be the screen he has, which is the same one I have right over there. I have the same screen, bought the same screen, and it failed on our screen. Our screen was able to outperform it with no problem. Okay, I was able to analyze, before the screen even got here, I was able to analyze and break down this environment, on how dark this environment was. This is the screen he has right here. What he should have did, he should have overlapped the projector to hit the black wall. He should have did the black wall and the screen at the same time. And then he should have did a contrast demonstration in colors and whatever. Regardless if it's just regular black paint, he still should have did that demonstration. Because if you're going to do a demonstration, say your screen does contrast, it's not fair if you're not doing against anything darker on the screen, which he should have got a dark star 9 or something darker than that actual screen. See right here at the bottom? Don't waste your money on screen paints. So he started this campaign about don't waste your money on screen paints. And I was like, fine. That's what game you want to play. I went out and I bought a 60-inch of that Surface and did that demonstration over here and blew it out of the water. What now? Okay then. And that's when he's showing you right there on the screen. He's saying, "Oh, don't waste your money on that screen." But every demonstration I've seen under this screen, the problem is they're always in these. We did this with lights on, lights off. Look at this. That's a screen next to a blue screen. So that blue screen was able to pull a red level next to the screen that he claims that not worth screen paint. But yet your screen can't see blue, can't see red. My screen can see red. Look at that. Yeah. A good try though. I got work to do today, people. But yeah, that's the whole thing. I was coming after him because, like I said, he made that statement. I was like, oh, heck no, you're not going to make this statement against my product. I'll go buy that product. So I bought it. Yeah, while these guys sit here in the dark, this is where I'm at. This is where I play at. See how much light we got out there? You guys are sitting in the dark. This is where I play it all day. Outside. It's boring being inside the house. I can't wait till the summertime gets here because I can't stand being in the house. Doing the demonstrations in the house are okay, but the challenge is outside. If you can get a screen to produce an image outside, man, that's a beautiful achievement, man. But inside, you got to the point you just outgrow doing ambient light projection demonstrations inside the house. It's not enough light out inside the house. Literally, in my environment, I feel I'm always in the dark. No matter how much light I got pushed into the environment, I still feel like I'm in the dark. This is where I get a chance to have fun. When I can be outside and there's no walls, there's no ceilings, there's nothing to protect in the screen. And that's a 2500 lumen. Sorry about that, people. 2500 lumen projector I was using in that demonstration at 12 feet back. So that shows you how long we come along, because at 2,500 lumens at 12 feet back, that was an achievement. Now I got it at 13 feet back at 1,000 lumens. Pretty soon, who knows, we might get it lower than that. We might get like 800, which ain't a bad idea. I do got an 800 lumen projector here. I got a personal challenge going on right now in my head right now. Like, can you do it for 800 lumens at 13 feet back? Can it be done? I think it can. We gotta start working on that outdoor black paint, but I can't work on that until I get some inflatables in here. And like I said, with the company, like I said, the screen is good for what it does, but it's just not on our level of what we design or what we make. It just isn't. That's sitting against the 17. 17 took it apart. Look at the 17 did to it. You really think that screen was going to survive next to a 17? Look at this. There's a blue right there, sitting out there. Look how much light the blue takes in. I ain't bragging, but look at my environment. Look at my environment compared to everybody else's that's online, sitting there hiding in the dark. Anywhere I walk out of my environment, my screens fire up. And you're going to go against a 17? You might as well light a cigarette, blindfold yourself, and walk on the opposite side of traffic, because that's pretty much what you're doing if you walk in front of one of these things. Couldn't produce the color. Couldn't produce anything on that screen. We did Tron. Couldn't pick up Tron in the demonstration. None of the colors that pop up on it. Nothing. Screen's not even there. Next to a 12, it doesn't exist. It's not next to a 17. It's not even there. 12s are literally that bright. I'm not 12s, I'm sorry. 17s are that bright. Literally, your screen doesn't exist next to one of those things. Yeah. So the people that were chiming over that screen, then I came downstairs and boom, did that demonstration right there. No way in the world you're going to compete against that screen. 17s pull crazy white levels. They do. They pull really crazy white levels. And then on top of that, they get insane black levels. The gain of 17 is crazy what they can do. Like I said, that's God's engineered technology. And pretty soon, we may have a 19 coming up pretty soon. There could be one in the works. All right, well, I'm going back to business as usual. Look at this right here. Your search, no results. Check your spelling. And if I put mix in, that ain't gonna come up. Nothing's gonna come up. We did all this. I went through all his paints, ran them all through this database. Nothing comes up. But I tell you something that does come up. Frankenstein definitely comes up. Oh yeah. Frankenstein comes up under multiple patents, and I mean multiple patents. So keep in mind, down through time, some people have owned the rights to Frankenstein. Guess who owns it now? I think Disney owns it now. They have multiple, and you have Frankenstein as your product on a paint with the logo on it. You lost your mind? Oh man, this guy's glutton to get sued. He is. He's a glutton. He's asking to get sued. Frankenstein. Okay, put it this way: how bad this can get. Let me explain how bad this can get. If you sold any product under that name, Frankenstein, to anybody, and they happen to report you, that means that's $250,000 to $500,000 per container, because they're going to want their money. They're going to sue you for their money. If you made any profit off of that, they're going to sue you because they're going to want their money and some. Somebody can just go and report you. Just like that. Say, hey, look, come over here. This is his video. This is your logo on the so and so. This is the product I just bought from him right now. And you got a lawsuit right on top of your head that quick. And Disney, I don't know who owns Disney, Universal, one of them owns it. But they're not the kind of people you want to play around with. They might clean your clock before we get a chance to. Or my lawyers may contact them and let them know what's going on. Frankenstein. Like, what are you thinking? Come on, man. Frankenstein. I think I did this up again there. Let me look this up before. Hey, come on. I'm gonna go out and do some playing today. Here we go. I'm going to show you something. You see this? This is all the copyright numbers under Frankenstein. I'll show you how badly you can get sued on this one. See all those right there? Those are all the copyrights filed. Each one of these numbers right here is a copyright file. And this is the person at whatever company or whatever had something to do with it under Frankenstein. See that registration number? That's the same registration number we have registered right there. That's a file right there. So any one of them. I think Universal Studios owns the rights to this right here. Frankenstein, yep. And you could be sued. Just for using that name, Frankenstein, you could be sued for that. If anyone registered that name under, you could be sued for that. Yeah. The only way you would be to get away with that, unless your name was legally Frankenstein. I mean, if your name was Frankenstein, I mean, it's pretty much that's kind of a gray area to get around. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it's your name. It's your legal name. It's Frankenstein. Who the freaking names your kid Frankenstein? Don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Let me see. Frankenstein. I'm sorry, it's Frankenstein. I'm saying it wrong. That's Frankenstein. Steen. My bad. Wait, it's German? Is it German? Let's see. There we go. You see right there? See that logo you just put on your whatchamacall without permission? That's a copyrighted. That's someone owns the right to that. I've been here just playing around. I've been looking up Coca-Cola, places like that. There you go. So you have any one of those other people that have it, and then all these people in here, they have it under that registered name right there. All right, I'm out of here. It's time for me to feed pets and everything. I got things to do. And Monday, see, Monday. It is Monday. Oh, heck yeah, it's Monday. I forgot it's Monday. I got things to do. Okay, so let me get started because I got things to do. Other than that, we're not going to do any more. Well, actually, we got 2 more things to do on this paint. I got to do the distance throw on it, and that's it. We're done with it. It doesn't level up to our product in no way whatsoever. So that's the end of it. You know what I mean? I don't know where he got the idea of thinking that he has the same thing that we have. But no. You're far from what our technology can do. And as for this stuff matching up all together, well, that's between you and your customers to figure out. I got no need for this stuff right here, so we're going to do one demonstration outside, and we're going to do a distance throw, and that's it. This is going in the basement. That's it. That's the end of it. We don't need it anymore. Other than that, other piece of information we talked about, well, actually about the lawyers and all, don't go anywhere. I would stay put if I were you. We'll be in touch real soon. All right, with that being said, I got to go, and God bless.